Welcome back. Thank you for joining me and Jonathan as well. We're with
Hello.
you. Hello. We're with you live and direct. How's it been going, Jonathan?
I've gone and attacked North Argentina, and stuff's been happening. I first took out a big stack of his, which was north of Salta. Um, he split it off, and he's retreated some of his troops back into his city. And meanwhile, as I've been advancing, he's moved some troops north. He's taken two of my cities, Corici and Santa Cruz S, and he's still advancing. So I've got a bit of a dilemma as to like how far I push forward and how far I defend against him. He does seem very intent on going around me so far, but I'm wondering if that he's going to stick to that or not.
Okay. Good dilemma. It does so happen that I am massing an army just north of him. I was going into Goiás, this territory here, but and the reason I really went for them is that they're inactive. And by the way, let's just update you. North Brazil have been totally destroyed. They actually surrendered. Gave some interesting terms. Said they're a fan. Been watching. They sent all their ships to the Falkland Islands apparently. So we'll have to catch up with them in the Falklands. And we've just been taking over their territory. And now Tim's driving through and going for Maranhão, however you say that. And I've really cracked into North Brazil overnight, and then I've smashed into through Goiás overnight as well, just because I saw they were inactive. I have lost an army. It was only a small stack of like 3 light tanks and 2 motorized, and they ultimately met their demise down here. But made a good incursion, and just sending everyone down really, mopping up the last of East Amazonas, and yeah, I've got a few stacks sort of starting to build. What's this? Goiás. Have to keep an eye. Oh, okay, they're going to crack into one of my territories already, so we'll make sure we get him. Got a big stack coming down here, a bit battered and bruised, but a couple of motorized there, some artillery, anti-tank, anti-air, couple of random infantry, and then we've got a little stack of artillery mainly there, and some troops, and then more artillery and troops, and then motorized, and we've got three tanks. So anyway, to cut a long story short, Jonathan, I could come down through Felicidad. I'm sure that means something in Spanish, like Felicidad, like celebration. So
Feliz Navidad. It's Merry Christmas. Probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's it. How does it go?
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad. Yeah.
Feliz Navidad. That's lovely, that song. Okay, so I could come through Christmas Land. Once I've built up a stack in just north of it, if you can see some of my troops, come through Feliz Navidad. Then
I can't actually see where Feliz Navidad is.
It's just above El Puente in the north, where North Argentina have taken your northernmost city. Above Santa Cruz, the city.
El Puente. Right. You're talking about the province. I think. What
so I could
stack are you going to send there?
I could come.
Where are they now?
So they're in Juina. I've got 3 light tanks in Juina. I've got artillery and 2 fairly weak infantry joining them shortly, along with a motorized. They'll all be together within 35 minutes. And then I can join with another 3 artillery, 5 infantry. So if I just send these down to make a mega stack, I'll sort it out when they all join together, and probably split the artillery off behind them, and then I can just sort of go in cautiously and and even bomb them from afar if they've got a big stack. Do you know what sort of numbers we're talking in Santa Cruz, El
Yeah,
Puente?
he's got a full stack of 10.
Ooh.
He's just rolling through with at least a couple of light tanks. I've taken out one big stack, but he's got that big stack, and he's also got this stack of 12, which is coming towards Salta. I think what would be ideal is if you kind of like anticipate where he's going to go and go to Trinidad. So I'm pretty sure he's just barreling straight forward, and he's not going to stop.
Tarija. Trinidad. Trinidad up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I feel like that would be a good defensible position. And then I'm kind of defending Cochabamba and the flank to the left with these 9 troops that I've got waiting here. And they'll be ready to double back when needed. And this big stack of 12, I'm going to hang back 10 of my troops to see if I can intercept him. And then as soon as I've taken out the troops on a city in Salto, he's only got 6 there. And I'll see if I can rally those with whatever's remaining of the 10 troops and finish off that stack. But having any support of Trinidad, it would be great, because it will just be invaluable protection for my flank. And if you have got any planes, then there is an airfield in the middle of Equipa, P. Maldonado, and La Paz. And I've built one more on the front line too in Chamorro, which is just south of Trinidad. But not sure how long I'll be able to hold on to that one for.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's cool. So you've got an airfield either side of Trinidad, and I'm building airfields as well. I might have built them in some good places. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so I started off in Cantama, which is way north of where we're talking about, which is a region. Then I've done another one, here in Aripuanã. So I've got 2 regions above Feliz Navidad. So okay, we should be connected. We should be connected anyway, going back. So I do have a bit of a stack of planes. Let's see. They have combined. So I've got 4 attack bombers. I've got 3 tactical bombers, and I've got 1 interceptor. So they've got a little bit of air support. Let's just see where we can get to then. Yeah, I can hit Santa Cruz, El Puente, even San Jose de Chiquitos. You can see 3 rings there. Actually, each of the planes have different range. Okay, so Chimor looks like they like being in Chimor or San Ramon. What I'll do is I'll patrol them above Cacol, which is above the one province above Feliz Navidad, just so they're near, and then I can direct their attack to support my advance, and I'll get my troops to all go there as well.
It's really great.
Very nice. That's good timing.
Like resource wise, if you've got that support there, then I can be a little bit more aggressive. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter if I lose Trinidad and even Cochabamba, because they're occupied cities of mine. But I'm heading straight for one of his home cities already, Salta, and the trade-off is it produces 7,500 rare materials, but in comparison, Santa Cruz, which he's just taken, only produces 791.
Okay.
So even though his armies are a lot closer to my home cities, resource-wise, we've made a really valuable trade. But do you think it's I should keep pushing into his territory after Salta, or I should maybe double back a little bit?
I think what do I think? Let's see what happens, and let's go with the flow, because if we break these two armies, so you're basically going to take out a really strong stack. It's only 6 armies, but it's very strong. They're full health, and there's like 4 light tanks. So that's all, and 1 motorized infantry. That's all new upgraded troops, right? The other stack, he's got like 6 of the old infantry, still very strong. God, 4 motorized. It's a strong stack. Basically needs something that's really good against infantry. A bit worried about the strength of that stack, but anyway, if we can get rid of those 2 and 1 big stack that's up near me that I've said I'll commit to, then that might break the main strength of his army. So do you think you'll be able to take on that stack of 12 that he's got? He's overloaded.
Yeah, perhaps. One interesting thing that I've noticed is that combat is working differently to how I expected. Like, even though I've got 11 troops in this one stack, they've only got 95 health, and his 6 troops have got 132 health. So I don't know how combat's going to work. Like, because I'm used to, like, when once, like, say you've got 10 troops and you get below 10% health, and like you'd lose a troop. But now it's like each troop would take 10% of the damage. So presumably when they get to like really low health, then they'd all just die at once. And I certainly don't want that happening.
Yeah, that will happen. So best to take the weakest troops and send them back to a home city just to recover for a few days. If you click on, like, say, your most damaged troops, and it shows you their condition, and your troops, you've got 6 of them in that damage stack where they're at 33% health, and it says state-based damage efficiency 47%. So I'm not 100% sure what these means. We've had someone very helpful in the comments actually pointing out all these things we're not sure about, and I've got a feeling they're not going to be very effective at damaging. If you combine them with your other army, then it does level out the health like we're used to in the other game. And then you can split them up again. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go. I think you might get...
I think my other option is what I did last time was just send in 2 stacks to attack at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
Just to kind of overwhelm them straight away.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can give you... I mean, until we know what's in the... I'm calling it the north, by the way, the Santa Cruz city where he's driving through to Trinidad. We'll call that his northern attack. In the north, where he's going, I just want to see the strength of that stack before I commit my air force to your forward position where you're imminently attacking him. Or do you think I should send my aircraft now to help you out?
Focus on the north. I think between these 2 stacks, I can maybe I can't take this city just yet if I need to defend against these 12 as well. I'm not really sure. Actually, I think it'll be all right. I can use these 9 troops up here to help defend too. I'm just not really sure what to do first, because these 11, even though they're weak, like, they're behind the enemy lines now, so it's going to take them a long time to get anywhere, as is.
Yeah, it's like over 2.5 hours. Oh god, their speed's like 11. It's because they're so injured. Oh, and our friend in the comments said that when you're on enemy land, your speed is reduced by 50%, and I saw it in green. So you click on the troop, it's on there at the bottom in green, and I thought, oh, that's a speed bump because it's in green, but it's not. You're going at 50% speed. So sorry everyone who's kind of like groaning about that one, but we're learning slowly.
Whereabouts is that shown?
Tim, welcome. What you asking?
About the speed bump you just mentioned.
Click on one of your units. So click on a stack, then click into a unit, and then it's at the very, very bottom of that window that comes up. It says speed on enemy territory 50%. So the speed is 50% of what you would normally go at. And I think when you're damaged, and I think our friend in the comments said as well, if you're below 50% health, that's when you take a speed a speed penalty as well. So Jonathan's on like 11 speed. Normally it's about 20, 30. Our friend Argentina, who's got a stack of 12, he's only going at 18 speed, so it's pretty slow. Factor of that is that he's overloaded. I think that's helping towards the speed reduction, but either way it's going to take him a little while to get around, especially once he hits into the hills and the mountains. So oh wow. And Jonathan, God, on the left hand side where your attack is going to be happening soon, on the left hand side of that it's just a huge mountain range.
Yeah.
Cool.
Chile, this big province, so it's quite handy because if he does go into that mountain ranges, it's where troops are the slowest, I'm presuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's big as well, and you've got the movement debuff, as you say, for being in enemy territory. So I'm going to work towards getting some bombers, and then I think if I just had a few of those, then troops will be very defensible.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, I constantly think that a little stack of artillery in the mountains would do well, and I've just been wanting to try out that theory for a while. I mean, they would be quite exposed. They'd get a fair few hits in before they, that's where they'd stand their best chance. Let's have a look at their stack and their main unit type. Yeah, there's this infantry, and it does say in mountains that the speed is the slowest. So their speed in the mountains would be 18, with the 50% penalty. They'd be going at 9 speed, so that would be really, really slow. Even in hills, I'm sure that's got to be slow as well. Hills, not so much. So there's a definitely a terrain advantage there. I'm very tempted to send some artillery into the mountains, because if you look down his west coast now as well, he's got 5 or 6 territories that are in the mountains. When you go all the way down to Mendoza. Oh, and you're bombing Santiago with your ships.
Yeah, I don't really know what's there, and I don't know if civilian casualties are an issue in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just recklessly bombing away, and I was even considering like going the long way round to attack Buenos Aires.
Oh yeah, definitely worth a go. Once you've hit Santiago, you'll be taking out his infrastructure. Your battleships, okay, if we look at the stats, they've got 4.6 against buildings, and you've got a whole stack of them. So you'll be taking out his infrastructure there for sure in Santiago. Whatever he's got built there, whether it's like barracks and tank factories and stuff. Tim, how you doing? How's your tea?
Yeah, really good.
What did you make?
Honestly, I don't even know. It was like some marinated chicken with wedges and this salad made out of like sweet corn and onions and some spice I haven't heard of. It was nice. I was just kind of blindly following a recipe. I don't know. Wasn't paying it.
Sounds good. Sounds very nice. I hope you don't mind, but I did crack into North Brazil. The reason I wanted to take all of their cities as quickly as possible so that they couldn't then change their mind and do a gold play or something I was a bit paranoid about. So, and then I've said to Tim on WhatsApp, I'll trade you a load of provinces because I've just taken too many now and you need a few. But then I've realised that it's not until about day 7 that you can start trading. So we'll wait till then. But are you happy to crack into Maranhão or Maranhão?
Yeah, that's where I'm headed. I'm just going to stack up on their border, on Bragança, and then I'll just head to São Luís, where my ships are.
Do you want
head down the coast.
Oh yeah. Do you want to take the rest of North Brazil provinces? I can see you've got a plot to most of them. But are you taking out KN? Oh yeah. And what about Muana, which is on the coast.
Yeah, waypointed through there.
Cool. And then I'm just about to take the last one in the south. I just did a big walkabout with one troop and managed to take a whole load down here.
Yeah, you kind of cut him off. I mean, he sort of went to Macapa from there, and he just sort of went into the sea after that. Don't really know where he was going. I asked him where he was going, and he didn't reply, so he's just off.
Who knows? Well, maybe he said he was going down to the West Falklands, but the Falkland Islands. But we'll see. I think we might even catch up with North Brazil later in the game, then, with some sort of random surprise. God knows what he's got in his mind. I'm going to help Jonathan out with North Brazil because it looks like they're pretty strong and they've got some big stacks. So that's our next challenge, and I'm going to hopefully gradually chip through Goiás. But I might just put them on a bit of a hold and just fend them off because they have started attacking me now.
So I've decided that I'm going to double down. I'm going for one of his home cities, which I know I can take with this stack of 10. But this weaker stack of 11, I'm going to go straight for Cordoba because I'm making the bet that he sent the majority of his attacking troops up towards me, or he already had them in his northern territories. And I just kind of want to see what he does, whether he just continues to try to push through or whether he doubles back to try and take me. Either way is fine. If he continues to push through, then it's not a big deal if I lose Cochabamba and Trinidad, and it will give me plenty of time to defend, and it will give you time to get in. But if he does double back, then I'll likely have still taken Salta, and then I can kind of just back off and regroup and still have made a decisive victory.
Brilliant. So we're cracking into his home nations. I can see exactly the moves you're making now on screen, and hopefully it's Cordoba that will cripple him a bit. It's a good city, and I mean, goods are strangely the one that I'm most short of. In the practice battle, I was had loads of that stuff. And I have noticed my manpower is going down and down. I've got 7,000 left in stock, but remember we had 20,000. So I've built one recruiting station on every city now, and they're just building through. And I've just really focused my resources on buildings and industries. If we have a look at what I've got. Industries, I've got level 3 on food. No, level 4 now. 3 on oil, 3 metal, 3 goods, 1 on rare materials. I've got loads of rare materials, don't need any more. And building a recruiting station there. Let's have a look. Recruiting station, propaganda office. So I thought I'd built more recruiting stations than that. I need to build some more recruiting stations. I must have run out of resources or something. Yeah, it's goods I'm short of. Okay. And I bought a load of goods with some excess money I had, but now it's gone down again. So yeah, goods I'm short of. What are you guys struggling with on resources?
It's been... Yeah, same, metal and fuel. Or oil. I could trade some goods. I've got 10,000 at the moment, and I can't really do anything with them because I need oil for everything I need to do. So
I can trade a little bit of oil, but I've got more metal.
Yeah. Either would be good. It doesn't have to be a fair trade. I can just...
Same. Let's sort it out after the episode because I've got a ton of goods and a ton of food if anyone needs it. And rares. But we all have a lot of rares.
With food, you might be able to pump out a load of infantry.
Yeah, I'm trying, but generally, like I'll run out of cash before then, and
okay,
I'm building a lot of barracks outside of my home cities.
Oh, okay, yeah, and yeah, barracks take food. Okay, cool. We'll do some trades after. What sort of stuff are you researching? Because we're in a new day.
Currently doing cruiser level 3 and medium tank.
Cool.
At the moment.
Yeah, cruiser
Yep.
level 3.
Because I've been so low on like fuel and metal, I haven't been able to research a couple of things a day. But I've researched tank destroyers and I'm researching attack bombers. So both of those should like counter what's being sent at me so far. I haven't really come across any planes, but there's been a lot of tanks and just a lot of troops. I'm
Yeah.
already getting some tank destroyers to the front line.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, some proper tank destroyer tanks, right? Because there's the other thing that's an anti-tank in ordnance.
Yeah. Tank destroyer level 1. Let's have a look. 6.7 defense against tanks and 5.8 attack against heavy armor. Sorry, and light armor. It's not as good actually, but still decent. 4.6 attack and 6.9 defense.
Yeah, I'm seeing different figures to you because we're in the weaker doctrine. Light armor, 3.6 attack, 5.4 defense, but yeah, still very high stats on armor. That's pretty nice. I'm on level 2 artillery now, and got 2.7 attack against light armor, 3.6 attack against heavy armor. So if he's got a load of tanks, then have I even upgraded my artillery? Not that one. What about the others? Up here. Yeah, I've got 3 upgraded artillery then heading for the front line. So that should definitely help. Oh, we can see him. So he is going into Casarabe towards Trinidad, like you predicted. So we can see that path going through. He's not stopping and consolidating. He's going for it. Oh, I don't know if I'll get to you in time. Although he's currently going through hills. And I've just got flat land, then hills. So
yeah.
Okay, either way. What's this airfield
I
doing?
mean, like, I'll have some stuff there in time. What have I got? So I've got 2, 3 there, 5. So I'll split off 4 from this stack, and then I'll still have 5 like on the flank in case he decides to kind of hang a left. But he'll either go for Trinidad or he'll just try and go around it. Hopefully he doesn't go around it.
Okay. Well, I've got a stack of 8 planes, refueling, 24 minutes, and then they're going to start a fairly long journey. Daisy chaining from one airport to another. So I'll get an update on their arrival time at some point. It might be a couple of hours, but they've still got a little ways to go anyway. They're basically 14 minutes away from touching the edge of Casarabe, and it looks like quite a long way to go. So I'm guessing that it might be a couple of hours, especially because they're in their own territory at the moment, but they'll enter enemy territory in Casarabe, so they'll get that 50% hit on their speed. And then you've got a few units there, and then you've got a few more infantry. So I'm not a million miles away. Shall I speed them? So I'm 26 minutes. I'm 26 minutes away from Kakol. So if I was just heading straight for Casarabe, it's an hour and 46. So I've got speed on my side. Because I'm not on enemy territory, so I'm going to be travelling at twice his speed, and I'm probably about twice the distance, and I've got planes coming. Okay, it's going to be an interesting battle. Have to see how that goes.
Do you need to declare war on him?
Yes. Good point. That's something I always forget. We always forget to do. Real pain. Do you think I should do it now so I don't forget? Oh, diplomacy. Coalition messages.
I don't know how much of an impact multiple wars have on resources. It's not something I've looked into yet.
It hits your morale. Not sure. Let's see. So let's declare war then. Where is he? What's he? North Argentina. Trying to find him on the list.
It's kind of hard to find people, isn't it?
Very difficult. North Argentina, there we go. Okay, sorry, but we're at war. Theodore.
It'll make him think twice before he goes for Trinidad.
He might not even be online. I would guess he probably is online. Theodore. One of the chipmunks. Alvin Simon.
It's hard to know whether somebody's online because you definitely get people who make a path with their troops, which is about 7 days long, and then they just let it go. And they can go on a rampage, or they can instantly get themselves killed, but they won't be there to see it happen. So it is hard to know.
I think North Brazil are very active, though. I think they're the most active player on our map. Speaking of which, we haven't looked at the rest of the world, and don't be alarmed, guys, if you look around, because, well, in America, we've got North USA being very active, taking a lot of land, and Colorado. But if you have a look at some of these other people, Central Russia has just gone absolutely insane and taken out multiple countries on each flank. Looks like possibly the lead player. We've got Syria, who's gone into Africa, and we're seeing some huge land grabs. And look here, North Ural, West Yakutia, Chabarovsk. There's some big old land grabs there. So when I saw them, I kind of panicked a bit. Oh, UK has taken over France. And Algeria here across the pond. He's closest to us. And then look at
the problem with South America, isn't it? Like you're in a little bit of a bubble, because you can win the little battle in here, but then it's something else much larger could have gone on in Europe and Africa that kind of dwarfs the progress you made. But hopefully we've got enough momentum to kind of carry us through into the other continents.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the progress some of the others made, it did make me slightly panic, and that's why I did this massive land grab overnight where I hit into North Brazil, hit into Goiás, because I thought, Jesus, we're not making enough progress. When we hit some of these other players, things are going to get real, and we're going to realise, especially Central Russia. I think Central Russia's the main one from the looks of it at the moment, but I don't know. You can't really tell how strong they are. So big challenges on the horizon. I mean, it even looks like Central Russia has as much land as all of us put together. And he's going to be in a coalition. We're only in a coalition of 3 people, and we're staying like that. But there's some five people coalitions out there, so tricky stuff.
Okay. 60 points. That's ridiculous.
What's that?
If you go on diplomacy and filter by the points, tells you how much he's got. I don't really know how it works. I think a city is 10 points.
Oh, it is Central Russia. Central Russia first, Syria second, because they've gone into Africa. Oh, and I'm third. I don't know how. Fourth, Egypt. Fifth, Iraq. Remember they were sending out those demands for resources on the very start. So,
maybe it works.
Okay, well, lots going on. But we need to get our skates on, boys. Start taking control. Any last thoughts?
No, I guess I'm just going to carry on moving down the east coast and see what I get, really.
Yeah, and once you, I mean, hopefully you can get on top of Maranhão, but also there's a little province that's brown under them. That should be easy enough to take. And then East Brazil, which are the pink ones below the brown ones, they're showing as an inactive player. I think the AI may take control. And then below them, Sao Paulo, another inactive player. So maybe you can crank on round there. I'll just see if I can crack on with Goiás and North Argentina with Jonathan. I think these guys are going to be a bit of a challenge. North Argentina, but we'll see how we go.
Mm.
What are you thinking, Jonathan? You've given us
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just get cracking and destroy North Argentina as soon as we can.
crack on. Well, it's been a great episode. Join us tomorrow night, live and direct. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Feliz Navidad.
See ya.
Feliz Navidad. Over and out.
Feliz Navidad.